Let's jump off the diamond and let's jump onto the hardwood. Big news coming out of the NBA, Ryan, and for me personally, I think this news is 25 years too late. Hit him with it.
Bill Russell's getting his number retired across the league. So the players who are still wearing number 6 can wear number 6, but after they change their number or retire or whatever the case is, then nobody else ever gets to wear number 6 ever again in the NBA. And I love it. I personally think that they should only have this honor for Bill Russell. You know, I know there's Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, LeBron James. All these guys are unfortunately eventually going to pass away, right? And I don't know if the NBA does this if Bill Russell is still alive. I certainly don't think so. But Bill Russell stood for everything that the NBA claims that they stand for on and off the court. On the court, he was the ultimate winner. There's never going to be a better winner than Bill Russell was. 11 championships in 13 years. Forget about it. Never happening ever again. And even off the court, with everything that the NBA aligns itself with, that's what Bill Russell was, right? He was so instrumental in pioneering not only black coaches, but other black, like NBA athletes, which the NBA probably today is 85%, 80% black, something like that. And it's certainly the black stars who have helped build the game, right? When you look at Magic Johnson, again, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry, you know, you name it. Yeah, obviously you had Larry Bird, but for the most part, this game was built based on one of the many black stars that they had at the time, and that was all pioneered from Bill Russell. And Bill Russell, again, just standing for social justice in the way that the NBA presents like themselves too. You know what I mean? So he was a guy who you didn't ever hear anything nefarious off the court about, right? And you look at some of these other guys, whether it's, you know, Jordan, not that they'd ever retire Charles Barkley's number, but like Jordan, Magic, some of the other all-time greats, like there's things you can point at off the court and be like, ooh, I don't know about that, right? But with Bill Russell, he basically seems like he's sterling silver.
I'm going to gloss over that you mentioned Magic. There ain't nothing nefarious that happened off the court with Magic Johnson. But that's besides the point. This has nothing to do with just greatness, all right? Look, there's one name in baseball whose number is retired throughout all of baseball, and it's Jackie Robinson. And his greatness plays a huge part in it, of course. But it's he opened the door. He kicked the doors down to allow, finally, for integration of not white players to play the game of baseball. Bill Russell, the same thing. Is he the first black player to play basketball? No. But he is the first black star to play basketball. There is no question about it. You name me a black player before Bill Russell. You probably can't unless you're a weird basketball historian or a basketball lover like you and I are, and we can name someone like Nat Sweetwater or something. But it doesn't matter. Those guys didn't become stars. They didn't pave the way. Bill Russell paved the way, not just for being a black basketball player. He became the first black coach as well. When Red Auerbach stepped down, Bill Russell stepped in. So you have that to go along with the humanitarian side of him as well. So everything you said is absolutely on point, and all of that is the reason Bill Russell's number 6 should be the only number retired throughout NBA history. And for me, years ago when LeBron went to Miami and he goes, yeah, I don't want to wear 23 anymore because of Michael Jordan. I'm going to go to 6. The number that should have been retired in the first place. You're going to go to Bill Russell's number for over the guy Michael Jordan, who, yeah, he won. Congratulations. That doesn't guarantee you. That doesn't mean that your number should be retired throughout the entire sport. It takes more than just winning. And like you said, nobody won more than Bill Russell. And you can go through all the sports, the baseball players, the hockey players. The most championships all time by one player is 11. And there's a hockey player that did it, Rocket Richard. And there's a basketball player that did it in Bill Russell. That's it. In American sports, you don't get higher than that. And for him to do it as a player and as a coach and fight through the racism, the rampant racism, especially in Boston at that time, because Boston has a horrible history of racism from way in the past, it's It's just ridiculous. So when LeBron went from 23 to 6, I lost my mind because I'm like, you're a freaking idiot. Like, you're supposed to know this stuff as a basketball historian like you claim to be. Like, and you don't know this? You went to the one number. Out of all the numbers, you went to the one number that shouldn't have been picked. The number that should actually be retired throughout all of basketball. And NBA has finally done it. Like I said, this is 25 years too late for me. This should have been done at the 50th anniversary of the NBA when they announced the NBA 50 greatest players. They should have followed that up right away with, oh, by the way, we are also retiring number 6 throughout all of basketball because Bill Russell deserves it. And this is coming from a Laker fan, so you know it's true.
Yeah, he deserves it. They're going to put his number and a clover on every court. That part, I think, might be a little excessive. It's going to be weird seeing a green, or it might be a black clover, I guess, but like a clover on the Laker court or even on the Piston court, like that's the Sixer court. Like, it just doesn't. That part doesn't exactly sit right with me. But yeah, I mean, everything you said, and again, it's as much off the court as it is on the court with Bill Russell, and he's kind of really the only guy that I think you can say that about. And him being, like you said, the first black star, that's why I think it's really the only number the NBA should ever.
Completely agree. Like Michael Jordan, great player, had a great career. Doesn't mean 23 should be retired throughout all of basketball just because Michael Jordan is one of the greatest of all time. The same thing with Larry Bird at 33, Magic Johnson at 32, Kareem at 33. It doesn't mean that just because you were great on the court. Or even just great off the court as well. And what they did as humanitarians. Kareem has a long history of this as well. Magic has done a ton for black communities off the basketball court. It doesn't mean that. It's the history of it and the importance of it. There were guys that came first. No one came before Bill Russell. They may have been there a couple years before him, but they didn't do what he did. He brought the star power of a black player to the United States and then eventually the world as well, of getting to watch what he was capable of doing, how he changed the game, both on the court and off the court. There is one name, one number that should be retired, and it's Bill Russell's number 6, and I applaud the NBA for making this decision, and I hope they don't make another one. I hope everybody else, I don't care how great their careers were, it doesn't have the impact that Bill Russell had.
Hey, Ryan Griffin here. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Griffin and Bass. Be sure to give us your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to click the bell to receive the latest notifications from DSN and subscribe for breaking news, community blogs, polls, contests, and other content.